Morning, and I welcome all of you to this webinar about adventures beyond boundaries, the GHAC way. So, what exactly does GHAC stands for? So, GHAC, as we fondly call it, the Great Hyderabad Adventure Club. And today, I'm going to take you on a journey of adventures, challenges, and surprises that I and our team have experienced over the past many years. And recently, a few months ago, we have completed our 15th anniversary. So we have come a long way from the time we have started 15 years ago. With this, I would like to get right into uh, our journey beyond boundaries. So this is how we have started our journey. And today, my presentation is all about what GHAC is all about, why we do what we are doing, and how we are doing it, and who is going to do it, or who has done in the past, and when and where we get an opportunity to participate in all these events. In the meantime, if anybody has any questions, please feel free to leave in the chat. I would be happy to answer towards the end of our presentation. And before that, I would like to ask all of you a question. How are you feeling today? So light up the chat. How are you feeling today? Full of energy? I'm feeling excited. Amazing, excited, brilliant. Thank you so much, friends. In fact, every time I get to talk about adventure, or every time when I'm outdoors, I feel excited. Just like all of you, I feel enthusiastic. I feel so happy. My mom always keeps telling me that my face brightens up like a 10,000-watt bulb. And I hope throughout my presentation, each one of you is going to experience what I experience or what I'm experiencing right now, or how I experience in the outdoors. So this is my presentation is in no order, whatever I'm going to share. So I'll try to, so it's going to be photo log. So basically I'm going to share pictures about our outdoor activities, of what GHAC stands for, and how you as a participant or a volunteer, as a leader, can take part in our journey. We call it the collective journey. So Great Hyderabad Adventure Club, or GHAC as we fondly call it, it was started in the year 2008. So it is a non-for-profit organization, and we now have over 34,000 members, friends. And we have organized close to 7,000 treks so far. Not only treks, we have done a lot of adventure activities, and you're going to witness what all are those adventure activities. And we have groomed and trained over 200 outdoor leaders. And who exactly are these outdoor leaders? You're going to see in the time to come. And to steer a ship, we have a captain and we have a crew who works round the clock to ensure that the ship sails smoothly. And in our club, we have an amazing team of leaders who have been driving our adventure club for the past couple of years. And I would like to introduce all of them. And we have Maddie, who is the Vice President Operations. So we also call him Muhammad Ahmad. So he's in the meeting today. And we have Vinay, who is our Vice President Finance. And Keku, he's always in action. If you see, he's doing something in the picture. So he's also Chief Trainer and Mentor. And we have Shari. Shari loves climbing. and he's our technical expertise. We call him the technical guru. And we have Raghu. So Raghu helps our club with the planning and processes for all the events that we do. And we have Karthik. So Karthik and when I work together in our finance team, and Shravan, if you have seen all our social media pages, which Maddie is going to share in some time, we would also request you to like, share, and subscribe our social media pages and spread the word about GHAC. And myself, Manideep, and the GHAC is founded by none other than Diana Tali. So in 2008, so he wanted to shake the scene of adventure in Hyderabad. So he wanted to ensure that the people who are slouching and sitting on the couch, all week long, he wants to make all of them active. So that was the initial idea to start the Great Hyderabad Adventure Club. And from then to where we are now, we have come a long way. And we believe that the world is full of adventure and that's ready to explore. And I welcome all of you to the Great Hyderabad Adventure Club and our adventures. And when we started in 2008, we had close to 100 people, from 100 people to 34,000 people in 2023. This is how we have grown in an organic way. However, the number of members who have attended treks is more than 2 lakh people. So more than 2 lakh people have attended our events over the years. And the mission of our adventure club is to promote the adventure, not just in Hyderabad, but also in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. However, our leaders have organized the adventure activities. And what exactly are these adventure activities? You're going to see in across India and beyond. And we also facilitate the outbound training, the team building and leadership activities for institutions and corporates. Our primary motto is to create awareness about nature, because we all of us have got the same environment, same nature. I believe it's our collective duty to protect the nature and environment. So we have taken part in several environment activities over the years. And we also want to take this adventure and the adventure activities to the unreached or the underprivileged children. So nobody should be left out when it comes to experiencing the joy of adventure, just like I and few of the friends who are there in today's call have experienced. And our leaders have also provided assistance during natural calamities, be it the Uttarakhand floods or the Nepal earthquake, or recently, I think 3 or 4 years back, we had floods in Hyderabad. So our leaders have used their personal GHACs and saved people, saved a few people in the old city and at different places. So great things happen when adventurers and mountains meet. So this is from one of our initial events that we have done almost 10 years ago. So this is the famous Bhima Shankar trek in the Sahyadri Hills. So long before, this picture was taken at Gandikota. So Gandikota is in Andhra Pradesh. It's in near Kurnool. So long before they actually now this entire area is actually filled with water because they have constructed it long before they have actually started leaving water in this river. We used to camp at the almost at the river bank, and it used to be so surreal and beautiful with millions of stars in the sky when we used to camp in the middle of the night. And there is no better place than nature when it comes to learning. At GHAC, we believe nature is our classroom. And if you would want to experience nature at its finest, do join our events and experience what nature can give you. So he's Deepam sir, the one in the GHC t-shirt. He's one of our senior most organizers. And when you have a team who can trust each other, you can push the boundaries. And this is what this slide helps all of us understand. So when trust acquires a totally new meaning. So we have a fantastic team who supports each other, who cares for each other, and who helps each other in ensuring not only just doing our events in a smooth way, but in going out of their comfort zone and doing activities which they have never done before. When we do a lot of adventure activities, we do it in the nature. We do it in the environment. We don't sit at home and do all these activities. So we care for our environment. Most of our events are uh, no leave trace policy, and we also try to plug whenever we go for hiking. We carry whatever the garbage that we see along the treks, and we used to dispose it off safely. We care for the environment, and we hope and wish that all of you who have joined today's call to also care for our surroundings and the environment. And what do we do in GHC? What are the adventure activities? Yeah. So we do trekking, we do bouldering. So bouldering is nothing but climbing small boulders or rocks. We do rappelling. Rappelling is coming down from higher elevation to lower elevation with the help of rope and harness. We do bird watching. We do horse riding. We do sports and fitness. We do nature walks. We do travel and leisure, and we do rock climbing as well. And we also do outbound activities for school children and to corporates as well. These are some of the many activities that we do, and we have been doing that over the years. And we do over a dozen meetups every week. If you'd want to join any of our events, please sign up on our meetup page. We are on Meetup. So Meetup is a social media platform. I would request Maddie to share the link of our Meetup page after a while. Yes, to organize a trek, one needs to be a real leader. And why do you think one needs to be a leader to organize a trek? Can I expect some responses from the chat? So one of the friends have asked a question about, do you have anything in Kolkata? Yes, we have actually a lot of organizations in Kolkata. We have Kolkata Mountaineering Club, and in fact, Kolkata is one of the first places to start these adventure clubs, and there are several tens of adventure clubs in Kolkata. I'm sure you'll find them online. Absolutely, for proper coordination and guidance in a professional manner, especially when we take people to outdoors. And these are all the people that you have never met before. And unlike when you're working in an office, at least you get to see the people that you work with day in, day out. So you get to at least understand those people to certain extent. But when you're outdoors, you hardly ever get an opportunity to understand these people. So that is when one needs to learn so many skills that not only puts them beyond their comfort zone, but also helps them learn the skills to be a real leader. And how do our leaders learn these skills? By organizing we do something called as outdoor leadership programs where we train the enthusiastic outdoor leaders to become professional outdoor leaders. And what do we learn by doing these activities and the skills that we can take it forward? So the some of the skills that we can learn by doing these outdoor activities are we learn how to plan. If I, for example, if I am organizing a trip to Kodachadri, so Kodachadri is a place in Karnataka. It's one of the famous hikes. Yeah. So not only I invite participants, but I also understand, what is it that the participants wants to experience in Kodachadri. So I have to conceptualize the entire plan of how I'm going to book tickets from Hyderabad to Karnataka and how I'll be arranging the local transport, of how I'm going to strategize, what time I'm going to start and what time I'm going to reach. Because remember, when you're taking a group for the first time, you never know how much time that each of those persons are going to take to reach the summit. So one needs to learn to strategize, and not just strategizing, but one also needs to execute and adapt to any situations. Suddenly, it may start raining all of a sudden, and suddenly one person might get injured. Suddenly, one person says that he or she may be too tired. So one needs to adapt to all these situations and ensure that each participant is not left out, and the entire team should help each other and support each other, ensuring all of them reach the destination safely. So we also train and build outdoor leaders through our outdoor leadership workshops. We call it Grow as Outdoor Leaders with GHAC. That's a program that we have been doing for the past 15 years. And this picture is from one of the Gold GHAC programs where we are training all the outdoor enthusiasts to become outdoor leaders. And these outdoor leaders are the ones who are going to help all the participants who participates in our events. And the outdoor leaders are the ones who are dedicated, who are professional to the highest possible extent, because there is no place for error when you're outdoors. Outdoors is always, challenging. Outdoors is always risky. There is certain uh, risk element associated when it comes to outdoor events, and these outdoor leaders are trained in survival skills, trained in search and rescue skills, and these outdoor leaders are trained to handle different type of people, and at all times they never lose their cool, and they always show the highest caliber professionalism. And one thing that over the years that I have learned is when you're taking people for a hike or for any adventure activity, it is always um, the last person who is going to come. So that determines the speed of the group. So speed of the group is not the person going at the start, but the person who is going to come at the last. So that makes us understand putting others ahead of us. So this is what this slide tells us. And we don't just do activities when we take people for our local hikes or for our expeditions. So we teach them. So here, one of our leaders, you can see we are doing an activity called as chimneying. So chimneying is where, with the support of two rock faces, we just use our hands and our legs, and we try to go up or down a rock. even whether it's 20 feet or 30 feet or 40 feet, it doesn't matter. And we do it in a safe way to ensure that somebody is spotting the person who is going to climb, either up or down. And our leaders also try to organize one-day events. So this is one of our bouldering workshop organized by a subsidiary of Great Hyderabad Adventure Club that's called as Hyderabad Climbers. So they do organize the rock climbing or the bouldering meetups. So bouldering is nothing but a climbing a boulder which can be 5 feet, 10 feet. So there'll be a spotter at the bottom who will be spotting the person who is going to climb to the top. Because what's the joy, if we cannot spread our learning, if we cannot spread our knowledge? So that's the motto at GHAC. We try to spread the knowledge in whatever the things we learn, because somebody else has passed these learnings to us. Now we feel it is our responsibility to share these learnings. And here, this is one of our basics workshop where we are teaching the rock climbing basics to children and adults as well. And this is an unique one of a kind event that we have done. It's called ziplining. So we are one of the probably the first ones in Hyderabad to try this event, where we tried this in at a place called Kajagoda, initially like 8 years back, where we tied anchors and ropes from one end of the rock to other end of the rock, and people can do valley crossing, people can do zip lining, people can do actually multiple activities using just this rope. And we do all of this in a safe environment. When I say safe environment, we have the professional and outdoor leaders who are trained to do this. And our leaders are also trained in renowned mountaineering institutes such as Nehru Institute of Mountaineering or Himalayan Mountaineering Institute. These are some of the many institutes across India. If you ever are interested to become a professional outdoor leader, you can join our adventure club, or you can learn professionally by joining these mountaineering schools, where they'll teach you most of these skills. In any mountaineering school, they'll teach three skills. So rock craft, snow craft, and ice craft. When I say rock craft, they'll teach you all the skills that are that we do on rocks or using rocks. That can be rock climbing, bouldering, valley crossing, all these things. And snowcraft. Snowcraft is when you're hiking in a snow, or when you're going for an expedition. How to safeguard yourself, how to check whether there are no crevasses in a mountain, or when you're falling on a from a slope. How to arrest yourself, or how to safeguard yourself from falling. So these are some of the many skills that they'll teach you in the snowcraft. When it comes to the icecraft is nothing but the hard ice. So they'll teach you skills like ice climbing, and they'll they'll also teach you uh, on whether how to predict an avalanche, and lot of safety aspects around the ice. So this is a makeshift raft that we have done using just the plastic bottles and the bamboo sticks. So we try different things in our outdoor leadership workshops. We have done this in one of our outdoor leadership workshops, where, for example, say you're lost, and suddenly the environment or the place where you are gets flooded. So how do you cross safely? So using the resources that are locally available. So this is what we train our leaders to become, to be adaptable and to use the resources that are available, and ensuring that you move around safely. So this is during one of our kayaking events, where we are training our leaders, and we also train our participants. If our participants are coming for the first time to an event like kayaking, we teach them all the basics about how to safely do kayaking. And if you observed, all of them are wearing the safety jackets to ensure that even if the something happens to the boat, they'll be safe and they'll be floating. As I have shared with you before, nature, there is no better teacher than nature. And few of our participants are excited to see some of the small insects that are in nature that they have never seen before. Most of the times we get so lost in looking at our phones, we get so lost in doing a lot of activities that we forget to observe what's right ahead of us or what's beneath us. So I want all of you to take a moment, pause, and observe your surroundings. And there is so much that we can observe and learn from nature. There are so many beautiful things that are happening in the nature. Yeah, be it a colorful beetle or a millipede, passing on a beautiful rock. There are so many other things that you can observe. And we get to not only witness these beautiful things, but we can learn from them. So this is a place called Pandaval Gutta. So our leaders, our outdoor leaders, when they were exploring a hillock near this place, so they came upon this caves called Pandaval Gutta, and I'm happy to share that we are one of the first ones to explore these caves. And later, with the permission of the forest department, we explored further and realized that they are ancient paintings, inside these caves. And wherever we go, we try to explore new places, and we introduce them to our participants, and we also share that information with few other organizations who can go and explore these places safely. But one request, whenever you are going to a new place or exploring a new place, try not to leave any trash and try to follow the no leave trace policy. So not just trekking, we also do bird watching. This is from one of the bird watching events at ICRISAT, where our leaders who are trained in spotting birds. Yeah. You'll not believe there are hundreds of species of birds just in the city of Hyderabad. All we need to do is just carry a binoculars and a guide, a bird guide that will help you learn so many things about birds. There is also another organization called Deccan Birders. They also organize these amazing birding meetups. If you are from Hyderabad, if you ever get an opportunity, do attend their events. They organize almost monthly two meetups. It's called Deccan Birders, and one can become a member as well in their club. And this is an event called slacklining. Slacklining helps us to balance our body. It is not just for children, it is for adults as well. Here, this is during one of our local events that we are doing, the slacklining. And all the whatever the activities that we are showing, these activities happen almost in most of the metro cities because there are pretty much adventure clubs similar to us. In Bangalore, we have adventure clubs. In Chennai, in Kolkata, in Delhi, even in Kerala, we have several adventure clubs nowadays. So wherever you get an opportunity, do join an adventure club and try to go for a local hike or try to experience something that you have never experienced before. And we learn by doing. In fact, I would love to have all of you join one of our local hikes. We love people who learn by doing, because what good is an adventure if I'm just presenting in front of you? If I cannot persuade you to move out of your comfort zone and try any of the activities. In fact, most of the activities that we do are for children as young as 6 years old to 70, 80 years old. We have quite a few events where even people who are as young or as old as 80, 85 years old who have taken part in our events. And the most beautiful thing about adventure is the only thing that we can learn is not by reading books or not by listening to others' experience, but experiencing it ourselves. So I want all of you to try at least something new that you have never done before. It can be going for a local hike or joining a birding meetup in your city, or try any of these adventure activities, like rafting that we are showing here. So this is a picture from one of our rafting events that we have done at Dandeli. So Dandeli is famous for rafting. So does Rishikesh. So does Leh Ladakh. Yeah, as I have told before, GHAC is not just for adults; it's for children as well. So we feel today's children are tomorrow's future, and we believe that we can, if we can enlighten, if we can help the children understand the importance of nature and the importance of adventure, there is so much that they will be able to contribute in the future. And that's our motto. That's why we never say no to children. Even if the children are too young to participate in the events, we always encourage them to get their parents along so that they'll be helping the kids. It's not only that, it's that when you're outdoors, there'll be a deep sense of respect, a deep sense of admiration, between the kid and their parent. And they can learn so many things that otherwise would have been difficult to learn, when they're just sitting outdoors. Now we get to see how the parent is behaving, how the kid is behaving, or how they're adapting. And these are all the um, things that we can get to see only when we experience the extremes or the extreme environment. So do take your kids or your children or your pets along when you're going for any outdoor event. So we get to learn from each other. So this is during one of the hiking events that we have done for kids at Kajagoda. And this event, this picture is from an event that we have done at Maulali. So where there is 160-foot drop. And although the kid who is shown here is smiling, but before she started this rep going down, she cried so much so that she did not want to try this. However, we persuaded and convinced her, said that it's safe to go down and you do not have to worry. And only after the assurance that she started going down, and she starts to enjoy it as well. So most of the times, whoever comes to our events or whoever attends any of our outdoor hikes, everybody loves to say no when we ask them to try something new that they have never tried before. And if we give them the little confidence and share them the know-how, most of them, 99.9% of them have tried, and they feel so grateful that they have tried. So I want all of you to take that opportunity to encourage and motivate, because that's the least that we can do when we are outdoors. And it not only boosts our morale, but boosts the morale of the group. So this is during a snake awareness workshop. As we have said, nature conservation and environment is one of our primary mottos at the Great Hyderabad Adventure Club. So we have organized several snake awareness workshops, and we tell them the importance of snakes in the ecosystem and the environment. It's all it takes is a few good people to ensure that the snakes are not killed, because they contribute so much to the environment. So we also do some outbound activities to children in ensuring that they're engaged, and try to give them the creative problems and challenges, and we provide them the space that will enable them to solve these challenges. And this is from one such workshops. So this is a map reading workshops that we do. Nowadays we have Google Maps, but even then, when you're lost, when you're when you're on a hike, when you're in the middle of a forest, how long can a battery last? At the max 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. But beyond that, if you have gone for a exploration, or if you've gone for an expedition, you go for like 5 days, 10 days, 15 days sometimes. Yeah. So in such cases, one needs to learn how to read the maps, the old school system, where back in the days, from as long as like hundreds of years ago, all these greatest sailors, they used to use these maps to navigate across the globe. They say old is gold, and this is during one such workshops where we are helping children how to navigate using maps. And in one of our outdoor leadership training programs, we also teach the participants how to navigate using stars. Because if you're lost uh, in the middle of a night, sometimes people, yes, do hiking or mountain climbing in the night. So most of the expeditions, especially high altitude expeditions, so people start their summit during night times. So they start at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and they keep climbing till morning 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, or sometimes it goes on till 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. During that time, they need to understand, how they can go around. So during that time, it's not only just the physical markers, but also they look at the stars. They look at the trails. So there's several ways where we can get to learn to navigate when we are outdoors. So I see some interesting comments in the chat box. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. So this is during a search and rescue workshop. For example, I think 7 years back in one of our events, one of our participants sprained his ankle. He was unable to walk. We are in the middle of a forest. There's no cell phone tower nearby. There's no network. But the nearest road point is around 8 hours from the place where they got stuck. So immediately, three of our leaders made a makeshift stretcher and helped him. Then they carried him all the way to the road point for almost, it took them close to 10, 12 hours. So we believe that when we are in outdoors, anything can happen, and nobody will be able to predict what's going to happen. So that's why one should be always prepared to learn the search and rescue skills. So this is a search and rescue workshop organized by one of our trainers. He's Colonel Rajiv, and he has been doing these workshops for quite some time with GHAC. This is also another workshop where we are teaching them the rope skills, because rope skills are essential, not just to move around when you get stuck while crossing a river, or while coming from one elevation to other elevation, but it also helps them to rescue. Yeah. So, for example, if we have to pull the persons, for example, when a person falls down the cliff, and if we feel that nothing has happened to them, then how do we rescue them? only using rope skills. A person cannot fall and then rescue. We try to use the safety ropes and we rescue them. So we develop leaders. So here's a picture from one of our old leaders. So his name is Alim. So Alim, when he joined GHAC, he was a shy person. He was hesitant to participate in any of the activities, and we boosted his morale and we persuaded him to join our outdoor leadership workshops. And when he did the outdoor leadership workshop, initially he was hesitant and skeptical to do uh, any activities with us. However, with some mentoring, he got little confidence and started doing small hikes. From small hikes to he joined GHAC as an employee, and then he helped GHAC take it to greater heights. And recently, I think a few years back, 3 4 years back, when there was a floods in Hyderabad, he was rescuing people. So you can see that it's not just by doing all these activities he has become like this, but the environment that the GHAC has provided helped him from a shy person to a confident outdoor leader. So that is what Great Hyderabad Adventure Club does to all the participants and all our outdoor leaders. And this is such a great platform that I still am learning, from so many mentors that I have in the Adventure Club. In fact, for the last 12 years that I've been there with the club, I've learned so many skills. Be it rock climbing. I never thought I would be doing rock climbing. In fact, I was so scared of heights few years back. I couldn't even think of climbing even or looking down from a balcony from second floor. But now I can at least have uh, some confidence to climb and go for high altitude expeditions. And this is something that the club has taught me. So he is Mr. Ranjan Sood. Ranjan was also one of our outdoor leaders, and he has organized quite a few hikes. He started his journey at 54. At 54, his family thought he's having few health problems, and his family said, you know, it's okay to take rest and relax at home as he has retired. But he found a new life in his mid 50s, and he has never looked back since then. He has organized the Everest Base Camp Trek, and he's on his way to finish his 7 summits. So there are so many people, like Ranjan Sood around us. So stories like Ranjan makes us believe that it's never too late to learn. So if you see somebody who is 50 or who is even 20, yeah, if we think that somebody has done something, it's okay. Everybody gets the opportunity to try something new. And it's never too late to learn, my friends. The change can happen today. And Ranjan is such an inspiration to many of us at GHAC. And we do few signature events at our adventure club. So this is one of the 3 signature events that we do every year. It's called Hyderabad Triathlon. So Hyderabad Triathlon is one of the biggest triathlons that we do in India. So triathlon, as the name suggests, 3 sports: swimming, cycling, and running. And the biggest of the events in triathlon is 3/4 Ironman. And what exactly is a 3/4 Ironman? I want all of you probably after the end of the call to go back and research. And we have more than 1,500 participants every year for this event. So we have not done this event in the last couple of years, but pre-COVID we were doing almost on a yearly basis. And this picture is from triathlon. We have people from all across India and outside who participate in this triathlon. And this is during the Hyderabad Climbing Championship. So we have organized like the AP and Telangana's first climbing championship way back in 2013. After that, we have organized a couple of times. So this is this event where we have best of the climbers from across India took part in the climbing championship. And this event was supported by the apex mountaineering body of India called that is called as the Indian Mountaineering Federation, or IMF. And I forgot to tell you that our club is also affiliated to Indian Mountaineering Federation. Yeah. So this picture is from another event that we have been doing for the past 10 years. And in February, we are doing the 10th edition. So this is called as Hyderabad Rockathon. So this event is for all age groups, irrespective of what level of comfortable to outdoor adventures they are in. So this year we are doing at a place called Forest Trek Park, and this event has been supported by Telangana Tourism and Telangana State Forest Development Corporation. And we have been doing this event with another similar-minded non-for-profit organization called as Society to Save Rocks. So Society to Save Rocks is also a 25-year-old organization, and they have been working towards extensively to preserve the beautiful rockscapes in Hyderabad. And especially there is uniqueness to the rockscapes in Hyderabad. They are more than 250 crore years old, or 2,500 million years old. And some of the rocks are so beautiful that if you ever get an opportunity to visit Hyderabad, if you're not from Hyderabad, or if the people who are from Hyderabad visit these places called Gare Mubarak or Khajaguda or Ammuguda, you have these beautiful, unique rock shapes. You might be wondering if you look at those rocks as if somebody has stacked those rocks atop each other. So such is the uniqueness and beauty of these rocks that one has to witness. So to promote about the conservation and preservation of these heritage rock sites, and to celebrate the beautiful rockscapes, we organize this event called Hyderabad Rockathon. Probably Maddie will share the details with you, or we'll share it with the participants who are from Hyderabad probably towards the end of this call. And not to forget, there is also a complimentary hike that we planned for the people who are in Hyderabad that I'll be sharing with you towards the end of the call. So I would want all of you to stay towards the end of the call, or probably towards the end of this presentation, I'll be sharing the details. I'd want all of you to come with us, join us. It's going to be a free event, no strings attached. We don't collect any information as such, but we genuinely want all of you to experience the joy of being in nature, the joy of being outdoors. And this is a first of a kind event that we have done in South India. In fact, we have introduced this to city of Hyderabad almost 8 years ago. It's called Hyderabad Mud Run. So it's an obstacle course where nowadays a couple of corporate companies in India are doing this event, but back in the day, we experimented and tried this, and we have been successful in organizing this event called Hyderabad Mud Run. And if you look at all the people, they're all smiling, they're all happy. So nobody would have ever thought that they'd be getting into the mud, covering them with mud and playing in the mud. So all these events makes us believe all these events make us believe that there's always the childishness or the child in all of us. It's just that we need to bring that child out. So we also do few social activities such as distributing blankets during the winter season. We have been doing that for the last 15 years. And in fact, we are planning to do it in the next couple of weeks, where we pull it from our participants and our outdoor leaders, and we go around the city and distribute blankets to underprivileged and people who easily cannot afford to buy one. So this is during one of the food distribution events that we have done. And yeah, so that's the logo, the Great Hyderabad Adventure Club. And the tagline of the club is "Get more out of life." If you would ever want to get more out of life, you know what, you know who to join or how to experience. Now that all of you have been with me the journey, so I would want to end with the quote by Robert Frost from the road less traveled. Two roads diverged by, and I have taken the road less traveled. With this, I would thank the Vishwa teams for the opportunity to be a part of this talk. And I would also request my fellow outdoor leader and the Vice President Operations of GHAC, Muhammad Ahmad, to speak a couple of minutes about his experience about outdoors. And the talk is still there, the second part of the talk. So this is about the Adventure Club. So Maddie, if you can.
Yeah, thanks, Mani. Hi, WishwaTalks. Thanks for the opportunity. So my name is Mohammed Ahmed. So Aka Maddie in the club. So I started as a normal member. Started as a member who joined one of the event in the year 2013. Thereby, I got captivated with the essence of the club. So it's purely driven by the volunteers, and it's a non-profit organization. So it's something which we get to see very rarely. So when I got into it, and I have done a couple of volunteering events, Rockathon, Hyderabad Triathlon. Thereby, I went on to become an outdoor leader. Went through the 3 days of extensive training on the survival skills, knot sessions, first aid, and all. And probably, now it's been a quite exciting journey so far. And so through this, I got into my fitness also. So to do any of the treks, you need to keep up to your fitness level. So I started running, I started cycling. I have done most of the marathons. So that's how my journey has been, and it's really exciting. So the club, uh, uh, it's you get more out of the life. So that's the motto of the club. So I'm hoping I could see most of the comments the people in the chat. So would love to see on board. Possibly you can join us for the hike. I mean, Mani will share more details. So thanks everyone. Thanks for the opportunity again.
Thank you so much, Maddie, for sharing about your experiences. So we have countless leaders. We have hundreds of leaders who have supported and contributed to our mission and to our cause at the Great Hyderabad Adventure Club. And now the second part of the talk is about the question and answers, which I was so looking forward to. In fact, this is what I love the most, because so far only I get the opportunity to speak about the Adventure Club and about our leaders. Now I would want to learn from each one of you. So probably Radhika, if possible, can we roll the poll questions one after another?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Radhika.
Close this and then continue with the question answers.
Sure, yeah.
So I'd now like to request the audience to take a 30 seconds to answer a poll. The purpose of the poll is to help us understand you a little better so we can better curate the topics that we bring to you. You can also let us know in the chat box how you found out about WishwaTalks. If you're a WishwaTalk subscriber, heard about it through friends or family, or found out about the event on social media. I would like to express my gratitude to everybody who has joined us today with their presence and interactive contribution to making this webinar a success. My gratitude and thanks to Mr. Manideep. Wonderful talk. Imagine having this at our own place, Hyderabad, at a time when, there's so much of urbanization happening, people moving to Hyderabad from actually across the country. These days, I understand more than 50% of the new apartments are being bought by people from across the country. And people are far away from families. People are far away from their cousins. Mental health issues are on the rise. At such a time, for you all to come out with this adventure club is amazing. Great leadership qualities you have exhibited. Thank you so much. And I appreciate the Wishwa team for conducting such a fantastic talk. I'd quickly go to the upcoming talks and then we'll move on to the question and answer session. The upcoming talk is, the topic is Triguna, Fundamental Qualities of Foods and Their Impacts. Radhika Iyer Talati, designation Yogini founder and trustee from the organization Ra Foundation and Anahata Organics. It's on 23rd December 2023, 11 a.m. And then our next talk will be on 6th January from Madhusudan Kalaichelvan. This is the introduction to epigraphy understanding and ancient inscriptions. Designation art, culture, history, and heritage enthusiast. He will talk to you about temples and all the epigraphy on the temples. Yes, with this, we will come to our question and answers. Shmel is already ready with the question and answer. Shmel, please unmute yourself and ask. Before he unmutes, I have a question, Manideep.
Oh, okay. Now I unmuted me.
Yes.
Okay. A very interesting presentation. I very like it. And I want to ask you next question. How activity of a great Hyderabad Adventure Club support improvement social well-being of poor and low-income groups of population in Hyderabad?
How does GHAC helps?
The socio-economically unprivileged.
Understand. Oh, got it. Thank you very much for asking that question, Shmuel. One of the ways that we do is for most of the events, if people cannot afford to attend our events, we would ask them to join our events for free of cost. We do not charge them or we subsidize them. At the same time, whenever we go for hikes, we try to stay at locals' places. And most of the times when we go to remote regions, not just in Himalayas, but even for hikes in Karnataka, Kerala, we try to stay with locals who are underprivileged so that we try to contribute in some way to generate some income for them. And event after event, we try to give them the business to the locals, so thereby creating a circular economy, thereby helping them to be sustainable over a period of time. And we also give those contacts to the other adventure clubs where they can get to leverage on the contacts that our outdoor leaders have developed over a period of time. This is one such way. And another way is where sometimes, for example, there's this place called Matheran. So in Matheran, while hiking, so the starting point, we started a village called Ambewadi. So there's a government school where most of the children are underprivileged. So we have made it a point where whenever we go for hikes, we tell our participants also, we are going to meet these underprivileged children. What better we can do? So we try to pull in some amount whenever we go for a hike, and we buy them books, we buy them toys, and in helping them, not just going there just for one time sake, but year after year, we try to understand how they have developed with the resources that we have provided them is something that we do at GHAC. And we believe that the money should never be a barrier for somebody to pursue, uh, or rather, for somebody to come out of their comfort zone and try something new.
Is this Adventure Cup only for the rich and the famous?
Not really. This is open for all, because nature never discriminates between rich and poor.
Okay. Does that answer your question, Shmuel?
Yeah, of course. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shmuel.
So how do you advertise about your upcoming events? Does it happen every month?
So we are actively promoting our events on a platform called as Meetup. So Meetup is a social media platform. I would request Maddie to share the link about our Meetup. We are also on Facebook. We are on LinkedIn. We are almost everywhere. Almost all the social media platforms that are available.
Okay.
So Maddie has shared the links in the chat for somebody who would want to look at our social media pages.
Any rafting events in the next couple of weeks?
Not recently, but we may plan to do it sometime in January or February. So, and also one more thing I forgot to tell you. In our adventure club, most of the outdoor leaders are working professionals, and this is something they do out of the passion. And we do not have any full-time employees. And most of the times, these events are organized by outdoor leaders based on their interest and the collective interest of the groups. If they find people who have interests towards rappelling or towards ziplining or towards rafting, river water rafting, then they get to host these events. So we have, I think, safari and couple of hikes coming up in the next couple of weeks.
One question from Mr. Prasad. Considering that there is hardly any rock formation, not vulnerable to encroachment or destruction, would you like to share your views and how the public can respond?
Could you please repeat the question?
About rocks. We need to protect rocks around Hyderabad?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much, Prasad, for asking this question. In fact, GHAC, I would like to give credit to a few of our outdoor leaders who have gone out of their way to put a pill, public interest litigation in respective forums with other organizations. So we are doing our level best in trying to protect certain rock heritage sites. I would not like to bring the names of the sites and the leaders in picture, but we are trying our level best. But I would also request each one of you attending this call to do your bit. How do you do it? There are certain forums like Society to Save Rocks. They have initially worked towards preserving around 15 to 17 rock heritage sites. No, they were in the heritage list, and they tried their best in including that in the law. But a few years back, the government has actually removed them. But now, actually, we are also working with the government, not just with the civil society organization, in ensuring that these are again added to the list. So that's one of the reasons. If you ever go to this Trident Hotel, actually Trident Hotel is built around the heritage rock. So Trident Hotel is right next to High Tech City. Imagine such a big hotel. They have built with hundreds of crores, yet they did not destroy the rocks. So they protected. So Trident, between Trident Hotel and this Shilpa Raman, there is a beautiful balancing rocks.
Mr. Oberoi, the man who recently passed, was very aware, sensitive to rocks. I think it was his contribution to Hyderabad.
Absolutely.
Did it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So how does one join your club?
So you can join our club by getting in touch with Maddie. So Maddie is our operations leader. You can get in touch with me. I'll also leave my email address and my contact details probably towards the end of the call. And as I have told you before, that we are actually planning to host a local hike for all of you. Um, so you can join the local hike and get to know more about us and the activities that we do. Yeah. Right away, I think I leave my contact details. So probably you can leave me a message at any point if you need any suggestions or any ideas. It is not just limited to the adventure. It can be related to any outdoor activities.
Do you all have paragliding as a part of
Yes,
your?
yes, yes. So
Is
I
there
have done.
Hyderabad?
I have done. No, not in Hyderabad. So paragliding is actually done in 3 other sites. So that is actually part of my presentation, but I did not include in the interest of time. So paragliding usually happens in Kamshet, in Bir, and Manali. So these are three prominent places. Apart from that, yes, there are few places where paragliding happens, but Kamshet, Bir are the prominent places where people get to learn paragliding also. In paragliding, there are multiple levels. So I've done a couple of certifications in paragliding through Adventure Club. So one of the beauties about being an outdoor leader with Adventure Club, you can get to host events and you get to do it at subsidized cost when you take a group along. So if you have a passion that you think that money is an obstacle, yeah, it's time for you to become an outdoor leader. And then if you have a group, yes, you get a subsidized cost and sometimes you get to do for free as well.
Can people out of Hyderabad come and like from Punjab and all come and join the programs that you all are conducting?
Yes, yes. So in fact, we have been doing events outside Hyderabad also. We have done events as far as Everest Base Camp or Kilimanjaro in Africa, and we have done few travel and leisure activities outside the country as well, like Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bhutan. So no place is too far or too close to us.
Do you have something for young kids like 3 years, 4 years?
Yes, we would love to actually take them for small hikes, like a small boulders. We do for small kids as well. Yeah, we do host an event, especially on Kids Day and on other days of the year, where if they can come with their parent, yeah, with the help of their parent. So usually when you bring a kids as small as 3 years old, our minimum age is 6 years. But there are kids who do extraordinarily well when they're in outdoors, and it's never too young, not too late to learn about outdoors. So having said that, if the parent agrees, yes, we do agree. And do on a small boulders, like a boulder as small as like 1 feet or 2 feet. Yeah.
Um, is there any trekking routes and all that are mapped, which you all have it on your website or anything, so that so that people can go
Yes.
as groups by themselves?
Not at the moment, but there are a few friends of mine who are outdoor leaders who have worked with us and who are with other organizations are in the process of uploading those trails.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll also be able to do in the next couple of years. So one of the challenge which creating and uploading those trails is um, as long as people use it for a good cause, that's fantastic. But if people try to use those trails not to spoil the environment, I'll give you an example. If you ever get an opportunity to go to Kajagoda, like exactly 6 years ago, Kajagoda used to be a beautiful hillock with lush green forests, with a lot of flora and fauna. But now, wherever you go, which part, even inside the caves, which all of you are going to witness if you join our complimentary hike, there are a lot of glass pieces.
Oh, yeah.
People come there, they booze and they have absolute and utter disregard for the environment. That's also one of the reasons why we try to avoid sharing much of the information. But if somebody wants to genuinely know, they can join us, and we'll also be happy to share about these trails. Most of the trails in India, they're well documented in blogs and in trail maps.
How much does a trip cost? I don't know what trip, but Radhakrishna
Yes.
is asking how much does a trip cost?
Yeah. So as we are a non-for-profit organization, GHAC is known to be transparent when it comes to the costing. I don't think I can bet that no other adventure club, at least in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, or South India for that matter, comes close to how transparent we are. So most of the times we do it on a cost-to-cost basis. We charge like 5% GST on our events, plus we charge some club fund. Club fund varies. From it can be as low as 5% to 20%, depending on the event. And we openly tell the participants. And most of our events are so economical if you compare it with peer organizations, other adventure clubs. And still, one of the things, or rather, our USP is our proficient leaders, because once they have traveled or trekked with GHAC, people find it difficult and challenging to go with other adventure clubs.
Is there any trek for Everest Base Camp? This question is from Chandan Pandey.
Not anytime soon, but we were doing pre-pandemic. There were 3 or 4 leaders. We used to have a full-fledged wing called GHAC Mountaineering, where we used to do a lot of high altitude hikes. Now Everest has become sort of more or less like a commercial place. So it's open and accessible for everyone. And we try to choose places where they're less accessible, where not many people will be able to go on their own. So if somebody wants to go to Everest Base Camp, I can put them in touch with other organizations, because few of our leaders have also started organizations on their own, like they're alumni of GHAC. So they started and they joined us as an outdoor enthusiast, and they became an outdoor leader, and they became so professional at it. So they started their own organizations, and they're doing it so good now. So I can put them in touch with them.
Nikhil Prakashan has a question. Please.
Okay. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Nikhil.
Okay, I am a laughter yoga trainer. So I would like to join you in one trekking section or in one journey where we can laugh along with laughter.
Definitely, Nikhil. We can do that. Probably we can do that in the next event. We actually plan to do a complimentary hike on 23rd. That's next Saturday. If we have registered for this webinar, you'll get the details. So Radhika will share the details with you. So probably you can sign up. And if are you from Hyderabad, Nikhil?
No, I am from Cochin, Kerala.
Cochin.
You're going to come here for the trek?
Yes, I am not. Let me tell you, not very soon, but within 1 or 2 months, I would like to join you, and I would like all the members to experience how the power of laughter can help you move forward in your trekking journey. Because not only physical fitness, there is also called as mental fitness, and laughter can actually re-energize and regenerate you to achieve greater heights in your journey. And once the journey is over in the base camp also, when everyone are fatigued physically and mentally, we can recharge with laughter. And this journey with laughter is going to be free, because everyone will start laughing, and there will be lot of fun and laughter. And I want to just experience this trekking with laughter, this journey with laughter. I want to just experience it. And if I could join you in one session, then I am happy that you people and also the other people who are coordinating you could experience something. And this is also what a laughter yoga trainer like me is
Got it. We'll
trying
do
to explore.
Certainly, sir. You should come and join, and we'll all participate with you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much,
Really
Nikhil. In fact, Nikhil, we have organized quite a few hikes in Kerala as well, to Chembra Peak and several other peaks in Kerala. So probably we may never know, we may organize a hike to Kerala as well, at least before the summer. So let us see what we can do. So in the meantime, you can join our meetup group and look for our upcoming events. And thank you so much for the suggestion and the offer. Yeah, we'll definitely do the Laughter event. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Nikhil. Next question from Sampath. What's the membership subscription?
So we don't have any membership subscription as such. It's open to all. So we charge only on an event basis. And yeah, at the moment we do not have any membership, or that's the way we have been running for all these years.
What's the planning time provided for any time for getting ready for any of these events?
So it depends on the grade of trek. So if the trek is like easy, moderate, difficult. So this is not technical grading, but for people to understand, if it's easy trek, if you can comfortably walk, anybody can join. If it's a moderate trek, we tell them to practice certain things that will help them prepare for this moderate. For difficult treks, we usually look at their past history, whether they have attended any treks. For example, for Everest Base Camp, in my opinion, will be a moderate trek. So again, this is very subjective. What's easy may not be easy for you. What's moderate may not be moderate for you. So it depends on person to person. So we try to understand about their history, and then we suggest them accordingly what better they can do to improve their fitness levels.
What are the prerequisites for new joiners before participating in the trekking event?
As long as they are open to try new things, and they'll be able to get along with the group. That the only two prerequisites we look at.
Generally, your hikes are for how long? 2 hours, 7 hours?
It depends. It can be as less as 1 hour to as long as 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 10 days, 15 days. But most of the outdoor events will be, excuse me. So it starts on a Friday night and end on Monday morning. So we leave Friday evening and come back Monday morning. If it's longer than that, it usually falls in between the major holidays. Or if not, if it's a local hike, will be around 2 to 4 hours. For example, the Kajagoda, the complimentary hike that we plan to do will be around 3 hours. But again, it depends on the group also.
When is the next leadership event? This question is from Mr. Sai.
So we plan to do this before February.
Okay.
Yeah, we plan to do the next leadership event. In fact, that's one of my poll questions as well. But yeah, we couldn't do the poll questions. So if you're interested to be part of our...
You can do the poll questions.
Yeah.
If they did, Radhika, if there are poll questions, please put up the questions.
So probably we can put the, I think, last question, Radhika, 9th one.
Yes.
If anyone of you would like to become a volunteer or outdoor leader with GHAC, I would request you to do this poll question.
Manideep, we do a lot of work in schools and colleges. So if you could organize one for one of the schools, there are a lot of youngsters who will be willing to be assisting you.
Definitely, madam.
Vishwa
We would
can
love to do.
collaborate with you and do.
Definitely, madam. We can do it together. In fact, we worked with a lot of civil society organizations in the past. Like Society to Save Rocks is one. Like Deccan Birders is one. They're also non-for-profit organizations working in their own space, protecting the environment. And like we would love to actually collaborate with Vishwa, and like we can host hikes together.
Yes.
Because physical fitness and active lifestyle is something that all of us should be doing it collectively in a safe environment.
We're willing to support you even for once a month. We're willing to support you.
Definitely, madam. Yeah, we'll do that. Thank you so much for the offer.
Yeah, yeah.
So I would love to have all the participants, at least the people who are from Hyderabad, to please fill this poll question. So, madam, do we have any other questions?
Yes, we have.
Share your views on ensuring safety of the participants in outdoor trek from Sricharan Gulapalli.
Safety is the utmost concern, and one of the important things that we follow at the Great Hyderabad Adventure Club. Again, safety, it also relies on the participant. If you are taking a participant for any outdoor activity or an adventure activity, the onus lies on the participant as well. So although we have set guidelines, for example, if you're doing a bouldering, so bouldering can happen only when there is a spotter or when somebody is proficient so that they can teach others to climb safely. So we have outdoor leaders who are trained not just with the adventure club but in professional mountaineering schools, where there are professional teachers who have been studying this all their life. So we have, I don't call them experts, but we have a lot of people who have learned these skills over the years, that now I can comfortably say that 99.9% of our events are like organized safely so far. Touch wood, yeah. But yes, they'll be here and there, because, for example, we are going on one of the hikes when one of the participants he was just casually walking on the rock, and he was taking pictures, and he accidentally stepped on a small, like this small stone, and he sprained his ankle. So you may never know, if you are not careful, that anything can happen. But safety always depends on ourselves, you know, before we wait for somebody else to tell us what exactly safety is. I hope, Sricharan, I answered your question.
Yes. Next question is from Ms. Purnima. I heard Hyderabad is with very high temperatures. How do you balance if you are coming from other states? Can a person cope up with these natural situations?
In the sense, can they elaborate this question?
I'm actually thinking you haven't been to Hyderabad. Hyderabad is a very cool place unless you're coming in the
Yes.
month of May or April.
Yes. Barring these 2 months, rest of the months we can do almost all the activities that I mentioned. In monsoon, yes, we do the events. We do less number of events, but whenever there is no rain, we try to do it. Otherwise, rest of the months it's a really good weather. Probably, I think one of the best cities in India to do a lot of adventure activities and to live as well.
Hmm.
So there's a question, probably you can answer in the chat box. This is not exactly a poll question, this is an open-ended question. So what's the most adventurous thing you have done? For some people, it can be a morning walk. For some people, it can be skydiving. Or for some people, it can be just sleeping at home on a Saturday morning after working long hours the entire week. Brilliant. So Purnima said 4x4 wheel driving in the Aravalli and Himalayas. We have a lot of beautiful hikes in Karnataka. But Karnataka is one of my favorite states for hiking in South India. So does Maharashtra. Maharashtra also has a lot of hikes in Sahyadris. We do a lot of events to Maharashtra. Yeah, thank you for sharing your responses in the chat. So Radhika, shall we try the next question?
Next
In the
question.
meantime, if anybody has any questions, yeah,
The
please.
same question is coming, Radhika.
Yeah, we are sharing the next.
So this question was supposed to be asked at the beginning, but this is also open-ended question. But now that we are sharing this question, I would love to understand your thoughts. At least now that after my presentation, all of you at least have gotten a little idea about what GHAC is all about, what activities we do. Yeah, thank you. So do we have any other questions, Radhika? Are those the only 4 questions? I think one question, I think one last question I would request you to share is, what other questions are pending?
We still have 3 more questions.
What's that?
I'm sharing.
Yeah, sure, please. So I would want to understand your perspective on a scale of 1 to 10. How important is safety training in adventure activities for you? Just to help us understand how much you value safety. Because teacher has asked a question regarding safety. This reminds me. I'm also leaving my details in the chat. Thank you for your response. I think most of you agree that there has to be 100% safety. Yeah, there's absolutely no second thoughts about safety. It has to be 100%, no less, no more. Abbas said that he has joined our WhatsApp group a year ago. In the past, a couple of months, there may not be many activities, but yeah, we plan to do much more activities. In fact, not just past couple of weeks. In the past couple of years, especially post-pandemic, we did not do a leadership program in a long time. So we are planning to do this after almost a gap of 2.5 years. So few of our leaders also actually moved abroad or moved out to start their own organizations. So hopefully in the next few months and few weeks, we'll be back in action. And Abbas, I hope to see you in our next week's hike. So this is a question that I would request all the 40 odd participants to answer. Whether you are interested in volunteering or leading outdoor activities with GHAC. So I think, yeah, with this, we have done almost all the poll questions. Any other questions do you have from any other participants? Please feel free to ask. I'll be happy to answer your questions. Yeah, this is an interesting question. As we have promised before, we would love to host all of you on a hike next Saturday morning in Hyderabad. It's at this place called Kajaguda. And the timings and the details will be shared with you over an email or over WhatsApp. Srivani, I would love to hear your thoughts on like what's it that's stopping you, from taking.
I'm only the first, and I'm telling you, I'm scared.
No, we would love to help you because we have we have a few women leaders who started their trekking journey at in their mid-50s, mid-60s, and they have never thought that they would be doing what they're doing now. So it's all about the environment, and the people that we associate with help us do activities that sometimes push us beyond our comfort zone. Syed, hopefully, if we ever plan a North Indian trip, we get to meet.
So yes, I think we can conclude our talk now. Thank you so much, Manideep. Thank you for your entire team. Thank you for the leadership you have taken for making Hyderabad a fun place. Yes, looking forward to joining your treks now and all your adventure sports that you're conducting.
Yeah.
Thank
you so
Trishan.
much.
Thank Trishan for getting you on board. And thank you for Vishwa team for making this happen. Thank you for all the participants from coming from across the country and the world to participate in this little program.
Thank you so much, Srivani ma'am, and special thanks to Trishant. Trishant and I had extensive interaction before this call, and Radhika has been super helpful right from day one. And she was kind enough to share all the resources, and she helped with the presentation and several other things. Thank you so much, Radhika, and thanks to WishwaTalks for giving us a platform to spread about our story. And I hope one day all the participants, whoever have attended, would become part of our story. The story of not just about GHAC, but the story of being in outdoors and joy of experiencing outdoors. With this, thank you very much. I will be joining a breakout room, and I hope to see all of you there for networking.
One small question from Sheikh Yusuf. He wants to know something. Can you just unmute yourself? Yes, please.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, hi, sir. Do you have any planning for Rupani Pass in Dehradun, sir?
Please send an email. I hope we'll be able to check. What pass?
Yeah, Rupani Pass.
Not anytime
Check.
soon. But yeah, you have my email ID. My email ID is manideep@ghhac.in.
Sheikh,
Yeah, okay.
you should host it for all of us if you're from there.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sure. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. See you all. Thank you.
See you all. Thank you. Have a great day.
Yeah.
I would want to get all of you to get more out of life.
Please join in the breakout room, sir. Lastly, I would request all the participants to take a moment to subscribe to WishwaTalks to get all the alerts on exciting talks, events, and access to whole Vishwa library. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Subscribe to WishwaTalks. Thanks for joining.